Hello friends and welcome back to Kev's Hobby Showcase. I'm of course Kevin, and you may have also seen me on Tabletop Drones Productions, where John and I are the two idiots playing board games. Now, today it's the fifth weekend of the month, which is not all, it's a kind of a unique opportunity to maybe do a little something different. But what I'm going to do today, or at least for this video, is just do a little talking, because this channel has been around now for well over a year. I know. I just recently looked back and saw that I had posted my first video in April of 2024. Excuse me, and yeah. So let's just wanted to reflect on progress the channel's been making, at least the progress I feel like it's been making. So I mean, I know when I first started, all I was doing was miniature painting. That's all I was doing, time and time again. I did notice the ones related to BattleTech were getting a lot more attention, and so I mean, which is good. But I'd also like to try to get attention towards all the other, excuse me, all the other ones. One thing I might do differently is when I am able to get more minis for the Marvel Crisis Protocol game, instead of doing them in pairs, maybe just do one at a time, so it could shorten the length of the videos, and because I have noticed that the shorter videos seem to be more accepted, I guess is the best word. Also, I mean, also because I had just started with the Star Wars Shatterpoint game, and I'll probably do the same there, because the packs can run quite a few characters. So there might be a lot more video series coming up in the future in regards to that. Also in regards to BattleTech, because I will be trying to put together more forces, and which in some cases would seem like reinforcement, to certain lances I've already made. So and of course all of this is going to eventually be seen on Tabletop Jones Productions, but also on occasion on Kev's Hobby Showcase Deluxe, which is also on Patreon. I'll be talking more about that later. So yeah, so it's but now I've also tried to do, because I still do a painting video every week, but I also try to do other types of videos. So one of which, let's start with what do I do with first weekend of the month? I do a story. I do story time, stories that I have written. That's why I feel like I needed to do something unique with that, rather than just grab a book and read it to you. I figured this is something personal to me, something that I've written. Also, because I do self-publish on Amazon, and I do have 3 books out there now. One is Sleeper, Shadow Man, which is what I'm reading, although I have edited it because I've been told that my writing lacks description, which I am working on. And also I have a book out called The Christmas Rift. So I am working on 2 projects right now. One I am definitely going to be reading here. I'm calling it The New Age of Heroes. I did come up with 5 ideas and try to link them all together, kind of like what Marvel Comics has done, not only with their Marvel Universe with the comics, but also the MCU in the movies and the TV shows that they produce on Disney Plus. I am trying to basically create something that could have that type of scope. Now, I am let's see, I came up with 5 ideas. For first drafts, at least, I have completed 3 of them. I am working on the 4th. Unfortunately, due to time and energy from my main job, which is with Verizon. I think I've mentioned it before. Because I don't get a lot of time after that. Sometimes I'm just too damn tired. I haven't been too diligent with the writing, but I am going to try to improve on that, especially since overtime was shut down. So hopefully I can get myself on a regiment where I could be writing almost every day, at least a chapter of something, or a part, as I've been putting it, and finish up that, because what I am going to do with this is, not only am I going to read it here, but I'm also going to self-publish it on Amazon. I want to try to reach as many people as possible with that. And I also, when I do the story videos, I don't think I'll always remember, but I do try to put the link to my author page on Amazon, which would then bring you to just pretty much every single thing I have there, which for right now is only 3, but it is gonna grow. Also, I'm also this two writing projects, like I said. So the other one is called um, Godslayers. It's very much it's something that I had thought about for a long time. Actually, a lot of my writing I thought about like over a decade ago, and then because of overtime and lack of time because of the overtime, I kind of put all the writing to the wayside. But when overtime started to calm down a bit, that's when I started to get back into it, and I'm trying to keep it going. I mean, I make no promises, but I am trying to keep it going. So Godslayers is basically about a group of aliens who are posing as gods to another group of aliens, and then you got uh, people trying to help them, which are so far I've only been mentioning humans, but going to be both humans and other races that I'm will come up with at some point. I am in the middle of writing that one too, but that one I kind of put on hold because I want to do New Age of Heroes first and get that one ready to go. I mean, I do submit my work to copyright, so the publishing might take a while, but once I'm done with Shadow Man, even if the copyright isn't finished yet, it'll still be pending. I will start reading that on the channel. I will start reading that. All right, so now let's move on to what do I do the second weekend of every month? I talk about comics. Now, unfortunately, I am not current on my books, because of financial reasons. I am still going through a divorce. I am still paying it, which is taking a lot of my paycheck. So it doesn't really leave a lot of room for pleasure, just need. So right. So for right now, I mean, it's been since February that I haven't actually been able to get any of the comics that I normally collect. So I am that far behind on them. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get caught up. I'm hoping that something happens at some point, like because with all the stuff that I'm doing here outside of my job, I am trying to earn extra money, not only to be able to do stuff like that, but also to basically build up an income that I could eventually retire and then do this all the time. That's pretty much the goal right now. And so yeah, so I have been doing comic discussions. I always am trying to spark a discussion in the chat. Um, in the chat section. I mean, it hasn't really happened. However, I did one time mention that maybe I'll start a Discord, and I did get a response saying that from one person saying that he would love that. Now, um, I'm not very familiar with Discord. I know now my daughter is probably going to be giving me a nice tutorial on it. So when I do have that up and running, I will be posting it on like the next comic video that I do here. Yeah. So that's going to be going forward. How I'm going to be doing the Discord, I do not know yet. I still am very new at it, and like I said, my daughter uses it all the time with her friends, so she's going to instruct me on how to go about it. And I think she even said she would moderate it for me, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, so look for that. I'm not sure what the next one will be as far as that goes. It might be me giving you my favorite Spider-Man villains. I'm trying to I'm trying not to always do a storyline where I'm basically reciting the entire storyline. That's what I'm trying not to do. I am trying to concentrate more on the characters, and that's like the best I can come up with so far. So, just bear with me on that. And so now, what do I do? So now it's the third week. What do I do? That seems to be getting a lot of attention. What I do on the third week, and that of course is the cooking videos. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't want to. Like I said, it's like I keep saying, I don't want to turn this into a cooking channel. I do enjoy cooking. I know how to cook, of course, as you can see, and so it's and I mean, I always encourage people to learn how to cook if they don't know, because everybody's got to eat. You know, um, I'm sure at some point I might start running out of ideas, but I only do it once a month, so hopefully that'll take a while. Um, so this is like the end of November, and what I did in November was I cooked the turkey, a turkey. I did get some comments. Not see here's the funny part, because a lot of the people who comment aren't people who are commenting in the chat. They know me personally, so they commented me to my face, and some of them are my coworkers, which then said that they thought the turkey was undercooked because of the way it looked. But it looked the way it did because I don't season the turkey, and I just never did. I never thought of doing that. And they were like, "Oh no, you got to season the turkey." So I'm like, "All right." Next, I was like, "All right, maybe next year I'll do it again and I'll season the turkey." But anyway, coming up, of course, now is December, and what's in December but Christmas? So what I might do is cookies from scratch. I have done it before. They always tasted good, so I figure why the heck not? And if I am able to do it, because I'm trying to fit it what I need into my grocery schedule. I mean, I'm sorry, not grocery schedule, grocery budget. Because chocolate chips, they're pretty up there. I mean, it's almost $5 a bag, and the bag ain't that big. So yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I may have to look, somewhere other than the supermarket. I don't know. Maybe on Amazon I can find them cheaper and get it delivered. I don't know. But I'm also going to look for peanut butter chips. So I want to make them with chocolate and peanut butter. So something to look forward to, right? Okay, and then now the last weekend of the month, because there's usually only four. So what I had been doing was not, because like I said, there's a painting video every single week. So the last one I usually also do a solo game. Now what I decided to do, and this is where Patreon comes in. I decided to basically take it off of this channel and put it on my Patreon channel. My Patreon channel is called Kevin's Hobby Showcase Exclusive, because these games are going to be exclusive content on there. Now I am going to be recording free stuff, which is basically all it's going to be there is to just bring attention to what is exclusive. Oh, sorry about that. That's what my hands. I got them down here. Sorry about that. So anyway, so that's what I've been doing. That's now I'm going to be doing it there on Patreon. So right now it is mainly what I was doing before, which is the game Marvel Champions living card game. As I always say, I have no idea what they mean by that, but it's been interesting because I take all the heroes that I have decks for, and I take all the villains that I have decks for. I have them all written down. I have them, on a piece of paper. It's folded up, put it into a bag, and I actually have a whole list of matchups to do, because what I do is I shake up the bag, I pull out a name, on both sides, and I'm like, okay, so it's like, for instance, one was Captain Marvel versus Claw, so um, so that's basically how I do that. I mean, right now, and as far, I mean, I do have videos, like ready to go, but again, it's on Patreon. I'm doing it once a week. And so far, what I have up there is, Captain Marvel versus Claw. I have another one. I think it's Iron Man. Trying to remember how I did it. I think Iron Man versus Loki. Then I have Deadpool. What did I have him up against? Oh, Deadpool versus Ultron. I think I just recently put up just today, Iron Man versus Enchantress, and I have still in the works. I think I still have to put together Captain Marvel versus Juggernaut. All right, so now again, there's plenty of names still to go. I mean, yeah, some of them are going to be repeaters. Eventually, they're all going to be repeaters. But that's what I'm doing, and as I'm able to, I will add more characters that they have, out there, and I'll add it in. So that's what. But in addition to that, because I'm going to basically utilize anything that I could do as a solo game. So it's going to be also the miniature game Aliens and Other Glorious Day in the Core. That's a cooperative game, but you can play it by yourself. So I'm going to try that. I have another deck building game called it's Dune Imperium. They pretty much styled it after the movies, because that's what the characters look like, at least. And so I'll do that, and that's got a couple of add-ons, but I'll start off with the basic, and then I'll eventually put the add-ons in there and see what I can do. But also on the channel, eventually I'm going to be having guests. Like for instance, my son has agreed to play some games with me, and record him and put him there. My daughter as well. Also one of my sister Danielle. Thank you very much. And I know that there are others that would love to do it, but just don't have the time. Shout out to my brother-in-law Gabe, especially because you helped me out for Christmas this year. So absolutely, shout out to you. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So yeah. So basically, it's so it's going to be a lot of basically games on on Kev's Hobby Showcase Deluxe. It's going to be mostly games, similar, I guess, to what I'm doing on Tabletop Jones Productions, but that's with John. I mean, I'm going to ask John if he wants to partake in this, and then we'll figure out maybe if there are certain games that we'll just do on that, or maybe if we'll make a Patreon for Tabletop Jones, which we did try once before, but we were calling it something different. It didn't work out because we weren't posting there all the time, but, live and learn, right? So, and matter of fact, I'm going to talk to him very soon. We're going to try to make up a schedule to get that going. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. Excuse me. So anyway, so that's what. So since I'm taking that off of here, what I might do is maybe like an extra painting video, like I used to do, until I figure out something else that I could do here. So because I'm trying to keep it so that I don't run out of ideas, so I don't run out of material, especially like just for the painting. So it's tricky, and it's kind of tricky, and I do try to stretch things out. Yes, I do, because otherwise, also, I would have videos that are like almost an hour to 2 hours long, and I've learned already that that's not very advisable, I would just say, because it doesn't really get a lot of attention. Not everybody. And listen, even when I go through videos on YouTube, if I see something that's over an hour long, I'm reluctant to play it. So, yeah, if I'm reluctant to play it, so are other people going to be playing it. So I do try to keep it under an hour. I mean, most of them have been half an hour or under. Some of them are a little bit over. Those are usually the painting ones. Sometimes it takes a while. I try not to have it take too long. But with what I'm gonna do, I mean, the BattleTech ones will. I think I've already got that under control. The Marvel Crisis Protocol, I already pretty much said what I'm gonna do to try to keep those lower, and some of the other games that I have that I haven't been able to add on to yet. I'll figure out what to do with them. Especially, I mean, some of them are going to be units where it's going to be painting more than one of them, and I'll just get them all done. So excuse me. So anyway, what's left? All right, so yeah, as far as the painting videos, I also have Star Trek minis. I tried that once before, but I was doing a massive amount of them at one time. I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to do like one or two, and I just got to dig them all out and figure out how I want to do them. And there are some that are so tiny that I could just do a bunch of them at once, because it's going to take, like that, So yeah, excuse me. So this is what's coming up, at least now for my personal channel and for my Patreon. Tabletop Jones, definitely check that out, please. I mean, it's, me and my friend John are going to be putting more work into it. We both have been sidetracked by personal stuff. He has a lot of work that he's been doing. Also, he was doing just this past Halloween season. He was doing the haunted house, which he does every year. So we are going to be working on a schedule to try to more frequently and more regularly put stuff out. So this way, because we do want that channel to grow, we do want that channel to succeed. So sorry, I got a dry throat. Anyway, so on Tabletop Jones Productions, we are up to 30 subscribers, and we don't want to lose any of you guys that have been nice enough to subscribe to us. So, I can't speak for the games that John's going to be bringing up, except for possibly Night of the Living Dead game that I know he's been painting the minis so that they look really good. But I'm going to be bringing up Marvel Crisis Protocol. We're bringing it up again because we could not access the footage that we did before, so we're going to replay the game that we did, and then we're going to just come up with also other scenarios also. BattleTech, I'll be bringing. I'm going to be doing it on the Patreon channel, but I'm also going to be doing it on Tabletop Jones. There's going to be more campaigns on the Patreon channel. Where it's I think most everybody knows what a campaign is. So yeah, we're going to be doing more of those there. But on the channel, we're just going to probably keep it simple so that it's not like a marathon video like we've had before. Also, what else am I going to be bringing out? Well, there's also a couple of games of Star Wars Legion. Eventually, we're going to be bringing out Star Wars Shatterpoint. We got Star Trek Federation Commander. Yeah, blanked on the name for just a second. So yeah, that's the one where I'm gonna be painting the minis. There's the games that we've already done, which was Star Wars X-Wing, Star Trek Attack Wing. We're going to be bringing those out again eventually. Also, what else are we gonna be bringing out? We might be bringing out City of the Great Machine again at some point to play that again. And there's a couple others. I mean, I also have a game Star Wars Armada that I eventually I'm going to be bringing out, and there's going to be a lot that's going to be coming up. We're going to be making a schedule for all of it, and we're just going to just all I can say is just keep watching and keep liking, subscribing, and sharing. Especially okay, yeah. So it's Tabletop Jones Productions. Like I said, we're up to 30 subscribers. If we can get to 50, we can live stream games. So that's our first goal, is to get to 50 subscribers, so that we can now we don't know how to live stream games yet, but we want to learn. But the thing is we can't even take a stab at it until we get 50 subscribers. So that's what our goal is for Tabletop Jones Productions. Now here on YouTube, how do you make a channel grow? Well, that's easy. You basically you like, subscribe, you share, you get you get as many people as you can to see it. And then if they subscribe, which again costs $0 here, that's what is so great about YouTube, that you don't have to pay for the subscriptions. That's what helps the channel grow. That's what helps the channel expand. That's what helps us get to all those little goals that can eventually help us, help support us and all that. So that's all you need to do. So please do that for Tabletop Jones. Also for Kev's Hobby Showcase, I am currently at 53 subscribers. Yay! Thank you very much, everybody who's been subscribing. My next goal is 75. All right, I'd like to make it to 75. I'm not going to put a time frame on it because I'd rather let it happen naturally. All right, so I'm going to cut this short here. I mean, I know I've been rambling on for quite a bit. So anyway, thank you again for all the support. Thank you again for all the attention. Please check out Patreon if you are able to. I admit that it is a membership site, so just keep that in mind. Right now, the basic membership is $4.99 a month. So if you can do it, thank you. If not, I understand. But anyway, so like, subscribe, and share, especially this video, as much as possible. I am trying to reach as many people as possible, and it's the best way to support me. It's the best way to support the channel. So please do that, and do the same thing at Tabletop Jones Productions. And all I can say is thank you very much. Have a great day. Take care of yourself. And